Wait, is this fucking play about us? Wait, is this fucking play about us?
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since your pretty ass told me she came in the door, I just wanna chill, got a sack from my store. Married to the money, introduced her to my soul. Showed her how to win.
What's good? What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl, Messy Maya, and I'm back again with another video. Y'all have no idea how excited I am to do this little mini series on my channel. Y'all already know I do mostly reality TV reviews, but girl, this is something that I had to get into. This show is fucking crazy. Okay, let's get into it.
Sorry, I was trying to be nice, but that bitch. You look a mess.
I'm gonna let y'all know off rip, this is not your average show review. Like, I'm not gonna sit here all monotone and this is what happened and that's what happened and after this is what happened. I mean, I'm going to do that, but I'm definitely gonna give you my thoughts in between as well as asking you for your thoughts. So if you don't like that, I'm telling you, this might not be the video for you because I like to get into the shit. So we're gonna get into the shit. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm doing the very first episode and the second episode. So the first episode is called Stung and the second one is called Honey. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the first scene. So the first scene immediately shows Drea's obsession, you know what I'm saying, which is Nyjah. Nyjah is an artist. Honestly, I took it as, and I'm pretty sure the rest of you took it as well, is Nyjah is basically Beyonce of their world. Immediately, we see the posters on the walls. We see Nyjah's profile, her Spotify. We see people at her concerts. We see basically just Drea obsessing over her. So she also has posters all over her wall. Just the first scene is just everything Nyjah. Okay, so we're basically just under the impression at this point that Drea is either obsessed of Nyjah or just a really big fan. Okay, so she is buying tickets. So she had a credit card sent to her to buy tickets, front row seats, by the way. So this is thousands of dollars. She bought 2 tickets for her and her best friend. Meanwhile, her best friend, who is played by Chloe Bailey, if you don't know, now you know, she's in a room with her boyfriend getting piped down. Okay, yes, booty butt naked. And before y'all say something in the comments, yes, it was actually Chloe. It was not a body double. I'm so tired of y'all her fans being so in denial that it wasn't her. Baby, it was her. She did an interview and she did confirm that this was her. But when they were having sex in that scene, it, quote unquote, I guess it was like a ball in between them.
And I remember when I first read the script, I was like, oh, this is insane. This is incredible. And I cried. And then I realized, you got to do that sex scene, girl. And as open and liberal as I am with my body, I was very scared because I haven't had that many partners. I'm not like that sexual and open. So I was like, whoo. I was like, okay. So Damson made it really comfortable. You know, there were limited people on set. It was a closed set. We were laughing in between. We literally had a bouncy ball in between us. And, you know, we were making a joke out of it. So it took all of the nervousness away from that. So I have to give a lot of kudos to him as a man for making me as a woman feel comfortable literally being raw and naked. So
So the character that Chloe did portray in this series, her name is Marissa. And again, y'all, so at this point, Marissa, I'm talking about, y'all, it's about what, 2 or 3 minutes into the show, and Marissa is getting her back blown out by her boyfriend. While they are doing the do, Drea's weird ass comes out of her room because she hears them, and she's literally, so the door is cracked, and Drea is literally fucking staring at them like a damn weirdo. Granted, probably shouldn't have left the door open when you knew somebody else was in the house, but still, I don't know. Like, I feel like any regular person would have just minded their own business, maybe go outside, maybe pop in some headphones. You know what I'm saying? Just mind your own business. But Drea heard them fucking, y'all, and Drea went out of her room and made it her business to go look at them have sex. And I'm talking about not even like just like a nonchalant blank stare, just staring at them. Like, I'm like, because at that point, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, she gonna kill them. I don't know. She did that part just made me cringe so bad. Anyways, Drea's weird ass is still staring at them having sex, and Khaled, Marissa's boyfriend, is no better because he's staring back at her and starts smiling at her. So, in my opinion, they're both weird because I feel like any normal person would have been like, "Oh, get the fuck out. What are you doing? Why are you staring?" Or like, "Get up, stop, close the door." But no, he kept fucking Marissa and he's looking Drea in her eyes. Oh my god. I'm like, off rip, I'm like, this show is a fucking mess. So soon, Drea does go out and she goes to the corner store, I guess, to get her, a little snack or two. And she gets a text from her friend asking her to go to get some food, basically. And the lady at the store is like, "Well, your friend owes me money. I'm saying, like, if you don't pay me back, I'm gonna call the police," which is like, girl, it was a funky ass $5. Like, but I know, but whatever. I was like, Andrea gave it to her. I'm like, first of all, if my friend owes you money, that don't have nothing to do with me. So immediately I'm like, okay, Drea seems like a little bit of a pushover, but that's besides the point. So she brings the food back to Marissa and Khaled. And again, y'all, Khaled is just so weird to me. Not, he's fine though, okay? So the boy is fine. He is really good looking, but he's just so weird. Like, so he's like, you could tell that, first of all, you can tell that Drea is not fond of Khaled. But like it's like Khaled picks at her, you know what I'm saying? Like in such a flirtatious way. And me personally, I don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't flirting back, but it's like still like you're way too friendly. It was like it just gave me like elementary school vibes when like you like somebody on the low, but like you don't know how to express it. So you're like mean as fuck to them. That's what it gave me. Like he was like picking on her, but like still being friendly and like flirting at the same time, to the point where if I was his girlfriend, I would have he he would have got kicked out. So at this point, I'm like, okay, so Marissa's a fucking pushover too, because no, not in front of me. Marissa tells Drea that she has an opportunity with makeup. If you don't know, now you know. Marissa is a makeup artist. She said that she has this cool opportunity, but she needs Drea to lock up for her because they do work at the same place. She's just like, girl, like cover my shift while I do this. You know what I'm saying? Like this could be big for me, please, and thank you. So of course, Drea is her best friend, so she agrees. Let's stop right here. So, are they friends or sisters? Because I watched the two episodes and I'm pretty sure they're sisters, but best friends. Like, I really don't know. We'll get into that. But somebody in the comments, let me know. Okay. All right. So while Marissa is eating, Drea goes to her room and Khaled follows after her soon after. And they're talking on the bed. Again, that's just too friendly for my personal liking. But girl, if you like it, I love it. So they're talking and yeah, so they're I'm sorry, I have a really bad attention span, but okay. So they're talking on the bed, y'all, and basically Khaled is, just I guess digging a little deeper. He also invited her out with him and his friends and Marissa. She declines and she tells him that she bought 2 tickets to see Nija. Now, of course, at this point, we do know that they are low income pretty much. So he's like, I thought y'all couldn't get tickets to go see her. Like, y'all don't have money like that, pretty much. And she's like, girl, when it comes to Nija, I just got to do what I got to do. Khaled tells her, she's like, Nija is regular, just like you. And she's a big fan of Nija, so she's like, girl, no, she's not. Like, she's a goddess, she's this, she's that. And he tells her not to tell Marissa about the tickets. So the next scene cuts to Marissa doing Drea's makeup, and they soon start to smoke on the bed. And again, they're just talking about Nija. I thought that this moment was really cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they're clearly close, but you can tell like there's a difference between the two. Like they are not the same person. Even Marissa, she calls Drea a weirdo. Like they're clearly two different people, but I feel like they mesh together very well, especially in this scene. I thought this scene was very cute. So the next day they are at work. They work at the mall, by the way. I'm guessing at this little t-shirt shop in the middle of the mall. And Erica, Caesar, and Marissa are talking. And this scene introduces us to what it looks like a Mexican Latina, Spanish girl saying the N-word, child. I'm like, girl, if y'all like it, I love it. Next. They're talking. Drea eventually comes up. She comes up looking a hot ass mess, and they basically tell her she looks a hot ass mess. Marissa, being Marissa, y'all know that's her sister, that's her best friend. She takes her to the bathroom and just basically gets her together. Anyways, besides that, they have lunch or their little lunch break. The next scene cuts to Khaled coming up behind Dre while Dre is working, and he takes her to the perfume store to pick out perfume for Marissa. Now, y'all know what I told y'all about Khaled being friendly in the first scene. Not really friendly, but you know what I'm saying? Like the signs led up to this point. So, red flag one. The first red flag was when he was having sex with Marissa and he was and Dre was watching and he was staring back at her smiling. Second red flag is when she brought back their food and he was sitting there fake flirting, fake bullying, whatever you want to call it, flirting, bullying. He was being too friendly. I told y'all. And it all led up to this point, y'all. So in this scene, they're talking. She makes him apologize for the comments that he made about Nija. I'm like, okay, this girl is crazy. Like, don't talk about Nija. Like, we got it. We're not gonna talk about her. You know what I'm saying? So the conversation eventually leads to him trying to fuck her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was fucking your friend, I saw you looking at me. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you ain't never had nothing like that before. Getting all in her face, trying to kiss her and stuff. I'm like, okay, this man ain't shit. This nigga ain't shit, okay? Okay, like Marissa, please come get your mans. Come get your mans. Cause he all up on your friend trying to fuck. Girl, so Dre did not respond to any of his advances. She walked away. He pulled her back. He's still trying to get at her, and she walked away again. I'm like, girl, good for you. Good for you. Because I feel like any other girl, not any other girl, but I feel like some girls really would have took him up on his offer. A dark skinned nigga with a pretty white smile is very hard to resist. So like I said, I feel like a girl would have folded under pressure. Okay? Not even caring that that was her friend's man because I've seen some shit like that happen before. Dre was not going for it, okay? So when Dre goes back to her little station, the store got robbed pretty much. So at this point, she's by herself at the store. The other workers didn't come back after the little lunch break. She comes back to the store. She sees some hoodlums taking some money or whatever, and they're running away. So she's by herself. Her job just got robbed, and again, she's covering for Marissa. So it's gonna fall back on her. Okay. When I initially seen this, I thought that Khaled set her up because it was just so convenient how when Khaled told her to come to the perfume store with him, this just happened to happen. But that's besides the point. We still ain't getting no insight on that. But I just have trust issues. So I'm like, Khaled definitely set her up, but that might not have even been the case. So let me know what y'all think. So after her shift, Marissa goes to pick up Dre, and of course, Marissa is not happy because again, Dre was covering Marissa's shift, so it's just going to fall back on her. So car ride home, very awkward car ride home, okay? So basically everyone is mad at Dre at this point. they're back home, and Marissa is like basically venting, telling her, like, girl, like, I could get fired for this. Like, what were you thinking? Why the fuck would you walk away, girl? But at the end of all of that, Marissa tells her, I don't give a fuck anyway because I have bigger and better coming my way. And she tells Dre, me and you need some space, pretty much. So Dre clearly did not react to this well. You can tell just by Dre's mannerisms and the way she comes off. She's basically a loner. At this point, we have seen no family of hers. At this point, we have not seen her hanging out with anyone else besides Marissa. So she does not handle this news lightly. In the midst of all that, she tells Marissa that her boyfriend is a cheater and he tried to come on to her, this, that, and the third. And she also tells her that she bought tickets for them to go see Nyjah. Marissa is like, girl, like, you're broke. How the hell can you afford $2,000 tickets? And of course, Dre has nothing to say. This scene, I'm not gonna lie. Now, Dre is crazy. But this scene made me sad. And I understand, like, sometimes the bonds between our friends can be low key toxic and suffocating, and sometimes we need space. So it didn't surprise me when it happened, but Dre's reaction made me sad, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely a sad scene. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about this scene. Let me know. I'm curious. Because I can't be the only one who thought this scene was sad. So that night, I guess, to let loose, Dre goes to the club and she ends up snagging up a little cute white boy. They go to his house, I guess, and she wakes up the next morning. I'm guessing she lost her virginity. It's just, I don't know. Anyways, so she asks him, can she go to the bathroom? She charges her phone. And once she realizes that her phone is on, girl, Marissa blew her phone up that night. So she gets hella notifications for calls and text messages. It basically says that Khaled is a cheater. She found out this, that, and the third. I guess that he ditched her or whatever, and she was alone. She was scared, and she wanted Dre to come and pick her up. So of course, Dre had a crazy night herself. She got drunk, went home with a guy, and her phone ended up dying. So she did not see this until the next morning. She immediately goes home to see Marissa lying in bed. She tries to tell her, like, cheer up. We can still go to the Nyjah concert. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be hung up over a cheater, this, that, and the third. Girl, this is when, oh my God. So she grabs Marissa, y'all. She grabs Marissa, turns her over, and she realizes Marissa is not responding whatsoever. Okay? Marissa has passed away. They didn't specify in the show, but I'm guessing the cause of death was suicide. Think about it. She most likely lost her job. She did have a makeup interview, something for her being a makeup artist. She had an interview on the way. But again, interviews are never solidified. So she's most likely without a job, without any source of income, and now she finds out her boyfriend has left. Not only did he ditch her, but he also cheated on her, and she found out that same night, and she got into it with her best friend. So I'm guessing it was suicide because it was just maybe too much all at once. So at this point, Dre is going through it. It basically shows her different stages of grief, shows a scene of her screaming into her pillow, of her sitting alone, of her crying and laying down while movers are coming in and moving the stuff out of their apartment. And then it shows her at Marissa's funeral. So this is why I was confused on whether or not they were just friends or if they were like blood sisters, because the pastor tells Dre that she needs to leave because Marissa's family is already going through enough and they do not want her there. So this confused me because I'm like, well, if they're sisters, the family would be consoling her. You know what I'm saying? Like the family would want to be there. Or, when a pastor came up to her and told her, like, hey, the family, he said the family. He didn't say your family. He didn't say your mom or dad or your grandmother said, hey, you need to leave. No, he said her family, the family said they're already going through enough. They need you to leave. Which honestly, it made me sad because what did she do? I mean, yeah, Dre's a little weird. Dre's a little weird. Dre's a little weird. I'm not going to lie. Okay. But that was her best friend. Like, why wouldn't she be allowed to come to the funeral? It's weird. I don't know why. But they didn't specify. So it's whatever. She leaves the funeral. She goes to Khaled's house. Remember, Khaled is Marissa's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, if you will. He opens the door for her, offers her a beer. Clearly, she doesn't drink. They sit on the couch. She confronts him about not going to her funeral. He gives some bullshit excuse, and then he starts crying and venting. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly the night before they had gotten into it, she found out that Khaled was cheating on her, and he ditched her. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, there's going to be some type of survivor's guilt. So, y'all, Khaled offers Dre some food. Okay, he goes to the kitchen. Okay, just keep up with me. He goes to the kitchen, tries to get her some food. All I see is this part. I ain't gonna lie, this part kind of scared me a little bit. So all you see is Dre grab something. I think it was a lamp. It was something big and heavy. Dre grabs something and immediately starts running to him and hits him upside his head with it. Gets on top of him. He's begging her to stop. Bing, 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 bing. Just bashing this man's head in with the fucking lamp. Whatever the fuck it was, y'all. I'm like, what the fuck? I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting that she kills him, y'all. Okay. I was like, girl, I know you ain't like him, but shit, like, it's a little unnecessary and random, but I guess. So at this point, Khaled is dead and Dre is hyperventilating and eating pie out his fridge. Again, very weird. She's a character. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, you just killed this man. Why are you eating out his fridge? And why are you hyperventilating? You know? So that's where the episode ended. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I'm not going to lie. This episode was really good to me. I feel like literally the episode was not even an hour long, but so much happened in the episode. Like it felt like an hour. I think it was like 37 minutes or maybe 40 minutes, but it felt so long because so much happened. So I felt like it was really good, y'all. I'm not gonna lie now. I thought it was good. Let me know how y'all feel. Oh, and I just thought about something too. So maybe because at Marissa's funeral, when Dre came in, she was wearing like a very short, clubby type dress that was orange. So maybe they was like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to wear black at a funeral. So maybe they was like, bitch, what are you doing? Why are you wearing that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why she got kicked out, but I don't know. Again, I don't know. Let me know how y'all feel about the whole thing. I really want to know. Let's move on to the second episode. This episode is called Honey. Okay, so instead of breaking this episode down piece by piece, I'm just going to touch on like the most interesting parts which is basically the whole damn episode, but I'm going to just touch on like the most interesting parts and y'all let me know how y'all like it when I do that instead of breaking down the whole episode like I did the first one. And basically, I'm just going to do that for the rest of the series, whatever y'all choose, whether y'all like me to just break down scene by scene or whether you just want me to like talk about the most interesting parts, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so this episode starts. Now we're on the second episode. The second episode again is called Honey, and it is set in 2017, which is a year after Marissa died. Okay, so Dre is at the strip club. She's stripping. I'm not gonna lie, it is very awkward. I was like cringing in my seat. A guy comes in, he starts giving her money, not throwing it at her because again, her vibe is just so awkward. So he's like low key like scooting the money to her. I thought that was funny. I'm like, child. So, anyways, very awkward dance, sad music. Like y'all know how strippers like turn up to like lit ass twerking music. No, she was not turning up to music like that. But what do we expect at this point out of Dre? So it cuts to the next scene, and the girls that she worked with. They're in a locker room. They're basically like getting at her, making fun of her a little bit, picking at her for basically dancing to Nyjah because it's sad music. They're like, girl, don't nobody want to hear that sad ass shit. Like, girl, you supposed to play that lit shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be running the customers away because, and you're not gonna make any money because you're not playing anything. You're not playing anything that's lit. You're playing sad music and you're twerking. Like, nobody wants to see that. So yeah, so one of the girls, her name is Haley, and Haley basically comes to her and she's like, "Well, I thought that your dance was good, blah blah blah. I thought that this was nice because again, the other girls in the locker room were getting on her ass about how she was dancing and what she was dancing to." Okay, so Dre goes home and Haley, the one that just came up to her, is outside arguing with her boyfriend. And you could tell Dre just wanted no part, so she went straight in her car and went home. Chap. So at this point, she goes home and we see how she's fucking living. Girl, hell no. Listen, because but I can understand though, because I've been at a point in my life when I was like really depressed, but I don't know. I ain't never lived like that though. Cause like I've been in a position where like I've been like depressed and just didn't give a fuck about anything. But that's probably because I'm low key OCD. Like I can't live like that. But I'm talking about girl, I'm talking about food out, flies and bugs on the food. It's just a mess in her apartment. I'm like, how is she living like this? But she's depressed. She's not happy. So when you're like at that point in your life, I'm telling you, it's like you don't give a fuck about anything. So I completely understand, but I'm surprised she let it get that bad. But anyways, so she comes home and then Haley follows her and Haley knocks on her door and just basically makes herself comfortable very fast. She's like, "Oh, can I use your bathroom?" Not even giving a fuck, by the way, that it's dirty in the house. I'm like, okay, well, Haley clearly doesn't have any friends because I don't know, man. If I would have seen her house looking like that, I would have just been. She was better off using going to McDonald's or the gas station than using a fucking public bathroom. But yeah, so Haley comes out. She's talking, she's rambling, and clearly you could tell Dre just wants her to leave. Like she doesn't want you there. What do you not understand about that? Oh, and I forgot one part. So before Haley came to the house and knocked on the door, Dre is on her computer basically looking up and like rereading comments and tweets from Nyjah trolls. So again, she is obsessed with Nyjah. She is, she's a part of Nyjah's little fan club, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so she's online and she's looking at everything that people are saying about Nyjah, and she's specifically looking at this guy that lives in her town, and he's like talking shit about Nyjah. He even mentioned Dre's dead sister. Girl, so she's obsessing, and then Haley comes and interrupts her. Anyways, when Haley got out of the bathroom, Haley's like, "So you know what I'm saying, you wanna go out to eat, this, that, and the third." They go out, they start eating. Dre is fucking her food up. They start talking. Their conversation was like, I don't know, child. Haley is a character. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. She is a character. You could tell she really be in her own world. They leave the restaurant and then they're in the car now. And Haley's boyfriend is blowing up her phone. And Haley's like, please come back to the house with me. If you don't, he's going to think that I was out doing something. And honestly, I'm going to tell you this right now for all the ladies listening. If your man is like that, leave him. I'm telling you, it is not going to end well. Like the fact that Haley even had to pay Dre to like come to her house with her because she was afraid of what her boyfriend was going to say. And then Haley still brought back her boyfriend food after they got in that big ass argument after he stole her car. I'm just like, girl, oh my God, girl. Anyways, so they end up going to Haley and her boyfriend's house. And Haley's boyfriend, of course, is like, who is this? Haley's like, a friend. Dre does go to the bathroom, and then while she is in the bathroom, they are arguing. Haley and her boyfriend are arguing. And why the fuck did you bring me this? What the fuck is this? I'm like, boy, a thank you would be very sufficient and polite. Like, who raised you? Who raised you? Anyways, Dre leaves. She goes back home. Haley soon comes back with her as well, follows her home again. And Haley at this point is just in Dre's house and she is just way too comfortable. Way too comfortable for them to just had like start talking that day. I'm talking about on Dre's bed, watching TV, eating in her underwear. Bitch, oh my God. See, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. She would have had to get the fuck. Well, no, actually, because I'm kind of compassionate. So if I would have seen that she clearly has like the most terrible boyfriend in the world, I probably would have let her stay. But laying on my bed with your panties, girl, I don't know where you been, girl. Get dressed. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, because Haley does fall asleep. So when Haley falls asleep, Dre takes it upon herself to go back to Haley's house. Keep in mind, Haley is quote unquote asleep. So Dre grabs her keys and she goes to Haley's house. Right? So she goes to Haley's house and she kills Haley's boyfriend. Just to keep a long story short, I was like, what the fuck? Okay? What the fuck? I'm like, why did she do that? Like, because I feel like she low-key did that to like get Haley the fuck away from her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your boyfriend's dead. Like, you don't have to worry about him. Get the fuck out of my house. Because Haley was low-key annoying and very overbearing and definitely overstaying her welcome. But I'm like, what made her do this? Like, Haley's boyfriend didn't say anything to Dre. So I'm like, okay, so Dre is very unhinged. Whew, girl. Anyway, so she hits, first of all, she feels Haley's boyfriend is in the bathroom, right? So she fills the bathroom with smoke. Of course he's gonna notice. As soon as he opens the door, she hits him upside his head and kills him. I'm pretty sure she struck him more than one time, drags his body out into the yard, and then starts digging. Well, actually, she didn't start digging, so drags him out to the yard. Haley comes into the yard, and Haley's like, of course, she's clearly happy, which is weird, but she starts crying, and she's clearly happy. She starts kicking him, this, that, and the third. They start getting shovels and they start digging. So of course, Haley's rambling on how they could get out the country, how they could go to another country, go out of state, you know what I'm saying, do them. They just basically caught a body. You know what I'm saying? Haley's down for whatever at this point. Girl. So out of nowhere, Dre takes out a gun. I didn't even see her take out the gun. All I know is Haley was rambling on and on and on. She turns around and gets shot in the head. I'm like, oh my God. Dre is on one. Like, girl, it's been a month and you done caught 3 bodies in a month. And 2 of them was back to back, girl. And she's just so like, like her, like no expression, like no remorse, no expression on her face. I'm like, oh my God, girl, we got our first black female slasher girl because she was on one on this episode. Anyway, so the next most interesting part is going to be when Dre was at work and in the locker room, of course, and the girls are talking about Haley, saying how she never misses out on money. Where is she? They was talking about, Haley be for the drama, so she's probably didn't come to work because of it. And Dre's just sitting there listening, of course. And then one of the girls come up to Dre and asks her, "Are you trying to make some money tonight?" Okay. So Dre says, "Shit, I'm down." And they was like, "Well, we need a designated driver. Let's go." They go. So basically, where they're going to make money is with a bunch of baseball players that play for a university. They're partying. And I'm not going to lie. Okay. The last time I've actually seen when a show actually showed like dicks, like a bunch of dicks, is Euphoria. Like Euphoria was the first TV show that I ever watched, even movie, like, because I don't even think movies be doing that, where like they actually show the private parts of the guys. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disgusted. Like I just wasn't expecting it. I'm talking about dicks all out, ass all out. The boys just walking around the party like it's normal. I'm like, child, this how white people get down? Okay. So basically, of course, they just paid the strippers to give them company. Do what it do. Um, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna get into it. But anyways, Dre wanders off to the room, y'all. She's eating and she's on her phone. One of the guys come in and they're like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend. Like, I don't want to do anything that the other guys are doing." He was like, "Can I just watch you and jack off?" And Dre was like, "Okay, well, I want money." He was like, "I'll give you 100." She was like, "No, I want 1,000." I'm like, "Girl, get your bag, cause that's an easy bag." She's just sitting there, like literally just sitting there. She was like, "I'm still gonna eat." This part had me weak. She was like, "Well, I'm still gonna eat." So he was like, "Okay." So he literally sits there and watches her eat, and he's jacking off. I'm like, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. Oh my gosh, I was appalled. I was appalled. It was cringy though. But child, if that's how the university folks chill and hang out, child, I guess. I guess. Well, no, because when I was in college, I wasn't doing no shit like that. But that's besides the point. So, anyways, when the girls leave, Dre and her coworkers, when they leave the spot, they're going back to where they were, and the car breaks down. So the car breaks down, and a guy comes out of his car. Well, before I talk about that, let's talk about how one of the girls went to go to Dre's trunk, and Dre was like, "No, like, what the fuck?" They was like, "Girl, you got a dead body in there," and I'm talking about this girl just starts laughing. I'm like, girl, you gonna tell on yourself, girl. Anyways, so a guy comes to down the street to try to help them, and he's just like, "Well, y'all need help. Come back to my place, and I can get y'all shit together." Dre notices that this is one of the trolls that was talking about her dead sister. So immediately, I'm like, okay, she gonna kill this nigga. She gonna kill him. She's going to kill him. Oh my gosh. Like, she gonna catch another body. So I'm like, immediately, I'm like, this is not like these, like, no one, and this is to the man, like, boy, nobody taught you to just leave strangers where the fuck they be. Like, ugh, no, ma'am. Because he could have called like a towing truck for them. You know what I'm saying? But for you to actually invite them inside of your house, it's just crazy. It's crazy. You don't know these girls, especially Dre's crazy ass. Anyways, they get to the house and Dre is immediately on 10. She's asking him about Nija. "Oh, well, this is how you feel about Nija. And this, that, and the third." And he's just looking at her like, what the fuck? Like, because y'all know when trolls be trolling, you know what I'm saying? They probably troll and go about their day. So, like, they really don't I'm pretty sure they really don't know like what they be saying or like how mad they make people when they say it online because you're trolling. Like, who cares? It's the internet. So child, she was mad. She was on 10, and her coworkers, the strippers, are just looking at her like, "Girl, shut the fuck up!" Like, this man is trying to, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to fix the car. We can leave and we can get the fuck up out of here. And you sitting here trying to argue with him, girl, shut up. So he ends up fixing it for them, okay? He ends up fixing their car or whatever, and they are all in the car getting ready to leave. Dre tells them, well, I have to use the bathroom really quick, but I'll be back out. So y'all already know at this point what Dre's trying to do. Dre's trying to catch her another body. So his shower is on. She goes into the bathroom. She grabs like a pan, and she's waiting for him to come out the shower. She's just sitting there in her stance, ready to hit him as soon as he comes out the shower. And he comes through the door right behind her because he wasn't in the shower yet. Like, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So immediately she tries to hit him. Waste no time. And of course, he's fighting her off. I don't know what she sprayed in the shower, but I'm pretty sure she sprayed something in the shower to like make him, I'm pretty sure it was like pepper spray, sprayed it in the shower, whatever, so he can feel it and then come out. So they go into the shower and they're both coughing because clearly she put something inside of the shower. So yeah, girl. So they're on the floor. He's strangling her at this point, like literally strangling her. Like, I thought he was gonna kill her. I'm like, God damn, like y'all gonna kill off the main character on the very second episode? Like, come on now. So the girls, her coworkers, come back in because clearly she's taking forever to come back out, and they realize that he's killing her. So one of the girls shoot him. She shot him, and she was like, he was trying to rape her. Da 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 da. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would he do that? It was self-defense. So let me tell y'all what Dre does. Dre goes. She says, "Oh, I need some air." Dre gets her car and fucking leaves her fucking coworkers. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this girl just shot him to help you and you just finna leave her like that? Not even call the police? You just gonna leave them stranded at his house. Girl. Anyways, so Dre is now in the middle of nowhere and she is texting herself from Marissa's phone. I'm guessing this is her own way of coping with Marissa's death. I actually think that it's pretty sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly she's not over it, which I don't expect her to be, but for her to like literally be texting herself from Marissa's phone is clearly a coping mechanism. So I don't know. Y'all, she's a serial killer, but I don't know. I can't help but to feel a little bad for her. And this is where the episode ends. So let me know how y'all feel about the first 2 episodes, okay? So I know that Amazon Prime immediately released all the episodes. So what I'm going to do, instead of just making like hella videos, I'm going to do the first and second episode for this video. And then the second video is going to be the 3rd through 7th episode. So I can just finish the series in one video. Probably going to be long. But you know, we got a lot of shit to talk about, okay? So again, it's Messy Maya. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and please comment, y'all. Please comment. It is so important. I love interacting with all of my viewers. Please comment on how y'all felt about this recap and how y'all felt about the series. Thank you. I'm out. Bye.
Instagram,